Welcome everybody back to another episode of the Fantasy Stand. We actually came in and was able to do a bonus episode here on a Sunday, just had some extra time, and was able to come in here, and it looks like we're going to be able to sneak into another Pomeranian SUPERFLEX draft before it ends up closing. As you can see, the bar's almost filled, so they are almost done. But as we just came in today, guys, just to start the week, very exciting. They have a regular best ball draft starting here at $5. One of their more cheaper ones, only 20 max entries, but still, if you have 15, 20 bucks to throw in a week, go in there, run through four drafts, heck, do 3 there, and bet some on the pick'ems for the upcoming season. And then they also added this $10 golden but superflex. That seems to be the only other one that they added in here, but still, want to come in here. We were able to do a draft on the Fantasy Pros Draft Wizard website 3 different times, trying 3 different strategies. This is our 3rd draft in this Superflex format, so we're going to go ahead and see where we fall and decide how we want to go. Guys, as we come into this draft, the excitement for me is growing, and who I want to be sure to get on my team is actually going to be rookie Jaden Daniels. Was only out there for a little bit, flashed and showed a lot. I think I saw the statistics in just that one drive that he played. It was 8.1 fantasy points. So he's obviously looking good in game action. So just want to check the roster. Obviously 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 quarterback, and 1 super flex, which means we get another quarterback to be in that spot with, of course, our 1 tight end. So in this format, that means we don't necessarily have to target wide receiver as heavy, just knowing we have to start 2. In a 3 wide receiver set, that's where I've normally been going wide receiver to start. In the later rounds, hoping A.J. Brown is there. May take a double chance or a shot on Marvin Harrison, Devontae Adams, who I still think is going to be good this year. At least decent this year, and who I would much rather have as a wide receiver 2 instead of a wide receiver 1. So in those 3 wide receiver sets is where essentially am going wide receiver there. And hey, lo and behold, guys, we have the 3rd pick. This is exciting because at least we get one of the top 4 quarterbacks here. Patrick Mahomes goes. Josh Allen will probably go here. Oh, wow. Christian McCaffrey goes. Well, guys, in this, we'll take I'll take Josh Allen right there, QB1. Would love Jalen Hurts, too. I'm excited to see how he's going to be in this Kellen Moore offense. I'm a fan of A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown is going to be great this year. And so Jalen's going to be the one throwing him the ball. Obviously, again, a vertical downfield. I will say, guys, here in 15 picks, if Jaden Daniels is still there, I'm going to go ahead and play Jaden Daniels. We are early enough in the round where then at least we'll go ahead and get either our wide receiver or running back champion, depending on who is there and who is available. Like I said, with us only having to start 2 wide receivers, would take a strong consideration to the running backs available there if there are some, of course, that we like. There actually are some running backs I am essentially targeting in my drafts at home, and it's essentially Kyren Williams, Isaiah Pacheco, and Derrick Henry. Those 3 probably in that order. I know, of course, Kyren has the injury question marks with Blake Corum, but if you're really just that hesitant, just take Blake Corum or make a plan to get Blake Corum later. But that's how we'll, of course, see who falls to us. Like I said, really hoping Jaden Daniels is here. Will probably not be whenever we did our first one and we got the 9th or 10th pick. We thought he was actually going to be able to fall to us there in the 2nd, and the guy before us ended up taking him. So good chance Jaden Daniels doesn't go here, which if he doesn't, and of course, like someone like Dak Prescott is gone, I mean, you could take a chance on Caleb Williams. 4 7 passes, 95 yards. See, look at that. A rookie's favorite target could arguably be their tight end. So that's what makes Cole Kmet a very intriguing and interesting pick for me later on in the draft, especially when we start looking for backups. You know, I love that we have Josh Allen because I am a big believer in Keon Coleman, especially if you have been following along as we've been drafting. So if we can for sure plan and make our way to get Keon Coleman on our squad, that's just going to make it this team more exciting. Obviously, whenever you have that stack in basketball. Just remember in rules in basketball, the only thing really different that you may want to take into account is drafting certain backups for that position. Just because you will not be able to interchange your guys throughout the year or obviously add on waiver wire picks, it just takes the guys who are best scoring points. So with some of the running backs who we are targeting, we are doing our best to get their backup as well. Guys like Zamir White, going Alexander Madison. You get Isaiah Pacheco. Is it Deneric Price? Which all these guys' backups are essentially free. So in basketball, when you don't know who to take, shore up some of these positions just to make sure that you are set all the way around. In your onesie positions, like the quarterbacks and tight ends, you have guys who, one, are impact players on their team, but then are also going to I just lost train of thought there. But yeah, let's get your studs. Jefferson hoping for A.J. Brown here. There goes A.J. Brown. All right, so there's a mix between Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm more than likely probably just going to go... this is tough because I love both. I'm going to shore up the position because there are guys I still am targeting. Like I said, here was hoping to be able to get Jaden Daniels. Instead, we do settle for Jared Goff, who, guess what, guys, is going to be a safe pick this year. He plays in a dome. Most of the games are going to be in a dome. Has a Week 5 bye. And guess what, guys? We got two studs here that are going to anchor our team. We're more than likely going to try and get one more later down the draft. Obviously, one to fill in another bye week whenever one of those two are on bye or in case an injury does happen. But with us being 3 picks away, we are also essentially going to come back and start our draft how we would normally start it. So with this here, I'm kind of looking, there's not really any wide receivers I necessarily love. There's Jahmyr Gibbs here, which, you know, I really wanted Amon-Ra St. Brown. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to get the PPR touches from Jared Goff. So essentially here we would be stacking those two guys. Wide receiver-wise, I think there's going to be a couple of other guys later on that could possibly fall to us. So I'm actually going to go here, and especially with us targeting Keon Coleman later, who I believe will be the Bills' wide receiver 1. We'll be able to stack him with Josh Allen. So in best ball, think about stacks. That's just going to always enhance your team, always enhance the weeks. In redraft as well. Just be careful because obviously then you have too many guys on bye, and then you really have to shore up some guys. But, you know, it's always smart. Quarterback, their top receiver. In this case, we have a quarterback and their running back who essentially will be getting all those pass-catching touches. So that's exciting there to have that stack. Like I said, we are hoping and planning to get Keon Coleman later on. Definitely will have to check on his ADP as it has been rising. But with us, like I said, this is only two quarterbacks. We are, two wide receivers. I always say the wrong position. But we are 15 picks away. Just going to look and see possibly who could be around here. Obviously going to queue up some guys who may not, like Kyron or Derrick Henry. Isaiah Pacheco possibly could be there, which I normally wait for my running backs later on. Zamir White is essentially the one who I have been targeting to be that running back champion as I attack some of these wide receivers a little bit early on and heavy. In this instance, though, like I said, 2 wide receivers. I'll lock up Isaiah Pacheco. Maybe, hopefully, try and get Zamir White later on. It always depends on just where he falls in the draft. 8 picks away. We have a shot, at least at Isaiah Pacheco. The thing here, too, is there's also some wide receivers who we like there. Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith, both wide receiver 2s on their team. I understand a lot of people like them, but please remember they are the number 2s. Malik Neighbors actually had been rising up on my board. Exciting footage and film recently of him. Did have the injury today, though. Everyone is saying it's minor. So the good thing is we are in preseason, which means if they're smart, they're like, hey, this guy's been cooking everyone during the game. During practices. Maybe we don't have to have him out there and kill him. But with us being 5 picks away, let's go ahead and see who falls. Hoping here, I gladly would take another running back in one of these 3. So within 4 picks, let's see who falls. Oh, there goes Kyron Williams. He's more than likely cute. No, he was that was an auto pick, and he was next one in line. 3 picks away, and there are 2 running backs left, and the 3 guys in front of us don't have a running back, so there is a real good chance that we do miss out on one of these guys. If we do, I'm kind of looking at some of the other guys that I starred. There is still Davante Adams, who I am a fan of. There goes Derrick Henry, which means we are 2 picks away. Nico Collins, we're 1 pick away, hoping Pacheco is there. If not, we have a tough choice on wide receiver to make. And like I said, oh, wow. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Andy Reid said he's ready to be the workhorse. I'm ready to have Pacheco on my team. Now we're 4 picks away, and the good thing is there are still 3 wide receivers that we like. There's also a tight end that I really like in Travis Kelce. He's still going to be great. Yes, he's getting older. Everyone's getting older, guys. But he's still going to be great. He's still going to be used around along the goal line and always those weird motion whatever routes that they make for him. And look, Round Square is smart. He'll take Kelce. He also had Patrick Mahomes, so it was only smart that he had that stack. So looking here, guys, we obviously have 3 picks here on who we're thinking. Wide receiver wise, guys, either Davante Adams or Malik Neighbors. I still think Davante Adams is a dog. I'm gonna go ahead and queue him up as my wide receiver 1 here. Malik Neighbors actually in close consideration for number 2. The ankle injury does, of course, concern me. Another one is the fact that he does have Daniel Jones throwing to him as well. But Devontae Adams, still the wide receiver one. Tell me who the backup wide receiver behind him is, please. And we're going to go ahead and take a shot on Devontae because we also, I will say, somewhat strategically wise, we are looking for a third quarterback. Is it Gardner Minshew? Is it Aiden O'Connell? We don't know. There's a good chance that, heck, we could possibly take them both or plan on taking them both if we can shore up some of these other positions. But not a bad idea to get a person's backup, especially if it gets to the end and there's no other starting quarterbacks available. Just go ahead and shore up best you can. If you don't know, obviously this early, you can take an educated guess, at least from the depth charts. But especially during in-season, those are the official ones. You'll know who the backup is. And, if you draft before that first week, you should be able to be set. But here we do have to take educated guesses. Obviously, in some of the drafts here, or the past couple of drafts where we did take Baker Mayfield, we took Kyle Trask in one. In the another, I forgot who. So we took Kirk Cousins, made a point to draft Michael Penix Jr. just in case. It just shores everything up, guys. And as you can see, there is a strong quarterback run that just went out right there. That dude, is he going to be able to pick again? Yeah, he is. Malik Neighbors for sure is not making it back to us. See some Russell action. Huh. It's an interesting take. Makes you think about J.J. McCarthy a little bit too. 6 picks away. Malik Neighbors goes there. Sam Laporta before him. Yeah, as we get down here, would not be a bad idea to get both of those guys. What I'm loving too is, especially with this being best ball, is the fact that they are week 10 bye. And the two quarterbacks we have are 12 and 5, which means if we're able to get both those guys on there, we for sure have a quarterback for those 2 weeks available. Kind of looking down here, Jacoby Brissett's going to have that starting position for a little bit. Taysom Hill is only interesting because of the fact that he's going to be used around the goal line, and they only have him as a quarterback instead of that tight end, whatever other role. We're 4 picks away. Would love it if Mark Andrews could fall to us. That would be a pick here. George Pickens, another consideration pick here, who I'd take as a wide receiver too. Queue up Calvin Ridley. Mark Andrews goes. That's unfortunate. Tight end wise, there is Trey McBride. There is Dalton Kincaid. You know what? Josh Allen. We have Dalton Kincaid shining at training camp. What we're also going to be doing here too, obviously this is just to take the stack purely. My pick there, if this was in a home draft instead of just a best ball stack draft, or stack pick is what I'm thinking here, my pick would have been George Pickens. We are still 3 picks away. We have a chance on him, possibly. If not, we're still going to get a wide receiver. And right now, I do have Calvin Ridley queued up. Keon Coleman is there too, which how I'm looking at this ADP, I'm not liking. Because what? Okay, so we have 1, 2. Okay, I guess 134 is where he's kind of been going. Okay. Okay, we have a shot to play the ADP game with Keon Coleman. We're 2 picks away. Would love George Pickens. As I'm looking here, would maybe go Calvin Ridley just to get that second. Oh, hey, look, Calvin Ridley goes actually there before us, which leaves us with George Pickens, the guy we actually wanted. So we're going to take George Pickens. We have our wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2, as we have our running backs and quarterbacks stacked up, and tight end as well. This is a set team. Right now, we technically are just missing our normal flex piece, which if we can play these cards right, in 17 picks, Keon Coleman will be our selection. Should Keon Coleman not be there, I feel this is where we have to go and take Zamir White where we want to. Gardner Minshew is still further down, at least as we're looking for that extra quarterback. So I'm liking how this is going. $15 picks away. Only queuing up, and he'll more than likely go, but only queuing up David Montgomery purely with the fact that we have Jahmyr Gibbs. I have 0 Montgomery shares. Even in best ball, there may be like early on, I may have like 1, but I know Montgomery will get those touchdowns. There's also some yard work happening, so in case y'all hear a lawnmower, thank the neighbors. It's a beautiful Sunday. It's a perfect time to do it. There goes Montgomery there, which is perfect for us. We don't have to try. There goes J.J. McCarthy. Even though number 2 on the depth chart did have a great preseason debut. What was it, the write-up or 2 touchdowns? Kenneth Walker. Oh, hey, I just Drake May. I see another young rookie after that. Kenneth Walker, Terry McLaurin, Jake Ferguson, who was back-to-back picks. There goes Bo Nix. A lot of these teams already have 3 quarterbacks. Cornelius only has 1, and we have 2. So we are actually one of 2 teams that does not have 3 quarterbacks. That's essentially a little scary only because the ones left on the board are Sam Darnold, Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell, and Jacoby Brissett. Taysom Hill as well. I will say, should we not get a third quarterback, which this is the thing about SUPERFLEX, different than a standard 2 quarterback league. You don't necessarily have to start 2 quarterbacks. Is it smart to? Absolutely. They're going to be the ones scoring the most points on the field. So you're going to want to put 2 of those guys in those slots when you can. So what that means, if we miss out essentially on another decent starter who can maybe put up production, that's not to say that Zamir White could put up the same amount of fantasy points as Aiden O'Connell or Jacoby Brissett, Sam Darnold. One of those up there. All of them could have bad weeks. All of them are more than likely going to have better ones than that, but that's at least good knowing, or at least a reason why we went ahead and went with 2 quarterbacks straight up top, because when you sleep on that position, as we did in the other 2 drafts, my starter in the 3rd round was Kirk Cousins. In one draft, it was Anthony Richardson, and even then he has those question marks. But really excited here, guys. It is our pick. Keon Coleman still on the board. He's our smash play. Zamir White right behind him. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to read this right up real quick. 1 of 3 targets. 3 targets. That's awesome. Keon Coleman is our pick. We now have a filled out roster and team. Well, filled out. I mean, starting roster. One more pick than us. Hoping Zamir White here. And Zamir White. His nickname is Zeus. Have y'all seen the picture? Bro. Zamir White. And he's our running back 3. Our flex. Let him flex. Hardway Rob goes Jackson Smith and Jigba, who could have a great sophomore jump. What is it? He has his college coordinator as the OC there in Seattle or something like that. Could be exciting, especially if Tyler Lockett declines, which we can essentially get him free later on all the way down here. But hey, look, Trey Benson is there. Posts 8 carries in debut. Ooh, love it. I do love Trey Benson. I am trying to stack him when I can, where I can. Stash him when I can, where I can. We're 13 picks away. We do essentially already have not only our starting roster for each week, but also a bench piece or depth piece for each of those positions. Other than tight end, which we will wait and go later on. And heck, even here, we're going to also be targeting a third one, and that third one will be Dawson Knox. Just to shore up that position there, Dawson Knox is still going to have a role. But the fact we got Josh Allen, it's just a smart way to play in best ball. Here we may have to take Gardner Minshew. That's honestly probably who I would be targeting to be safe. After that, Brian Robinson Jr. would be amazing. Kind of looking here, though, Romeo Doubs is going up. Keep an eye on him. Couple injuries happening there. You never know what could open up for Dobbs, Dontavian Wicks. Couple running backs go right here as we're 5 picks away. Ramondre Stevenson, DeAndre Swift, Zach Moss. Brian Thomas goes from there, and then we are 4 picks away from us. Right now, the pick would be Gardner Minshew. just going down the line and queuing up people that I would not mind to have on my roster. Ty Chandler looks sharp. Could be a sleeper. Three picks away. Brock Bowers goes. Marshawn Lloyd. Jonathan Brooks goes. Sam Darnold goes. And Jalen Warren goes. Wow, this is really hard, guys, because, of course, I love Raheem Mostert. I think he's going to be great. The fact that we would have him as a 4 would be awesome. But also, too, we're going to go ahead and just play it smart here. There's some other solid running backs we were able to get. And honestly, if I didn't get Zamir White, Raheem Mostert would be the one that I would queue up to kind of fill that spot. Just looking here, though, we are kind of planning on taking another running back at this pick. And there are some to choose. I'm hoping Trey Benson will be able to fall. 110, though. Is he projected 110? Sorry, 139. We're also one pick away from us. 139 is here, so that would mean we would hope Trey Benson would fall to us at the end. Raheem Mostert does go, though, 2 picks before us, which is a bummer. Right now, we are targeting Brian Robinson Jr. That would be my pick. If Brian Robinson Jr. was not there, I would probably take Trey Benson, even though Jerome Ford obviously is still there. With us being 17 picks away, I'm just going to see Trey Benson is within 14. And of course, Zeke, Dowdle. There is a chance, and possibly Dalton Schultz. So really, I kind of have it queued up here how I would want it. If I'm really thinking, if you're looking at here at running backs here in the middle. Jerome Ford is the running back 1 there. He is someone that will more likely probably be consistent down the line. We don't know when Deontay Foreman will essentially be back on the. I mean, I don't know in a game. I mean, I guess he got some time, but still a scary injury. Nick Chubb, great videos of him working out, but realistically, when is he going to be on the field? Jerome Ford is going to be that guy. Just like Trey Benson will be that guy. And that's why we like Trey Benson. He's younger, bigger. I think big body. $11 picks away. 10 picks away. If Trey Benson goes and Dalton Schultz goes, and Dalton Schultz is there, I still may consider taking Aiden O'Connell here a little bit earlier, purely on the fact that he is just the next quarterback up. Jacoby Brissett still there, still technically is the starter. However, just to shore up that Los Angeles. Los Angeles. What am I doing? Las Vegas quarterback, because we do have Devontae Adams. Aiden O'Connell was decent for Devontae last year. I was lucky enough to trade for Devontae Adams the week before that quarterback change, and I definitely was a lot happier that second half of the season when he was on my team. So I'm not afraid with having Aiden O'Connell being that quarterback, being that anchor. It shores up that position. Looking here, the only one that I feel can possibly take that away from us is Jay Cornelius because he only has 2 quarterbacks. He definitely has played it pretty tight. Well, actually, no. I mean, his first one is Lamar Jackson. I mean, maybe he's just playing it with the fact that this is Superflex. You don't necessarily have to start 2 quarterbacks. So, Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold. Hey, look, he was able to pair up Sam Darnold with Justin Jefferson and Lamar with Mark Andrews. So this guy's thinking stack. Still only playing it with the 2 running backs, though. So I have a feeling that should it get to his pick, he may go running back instead. Timing down. Oh, he goes Trey Benson before us. That stinks. That stinks. Well, that's okay. We have 4 running backs. We'll be good. We're gonna take Aiden O'Connell here. There's a chance that we could have took Dalton Schultz, another higher tight end, based on the fact that the guys or the 2 guys after us here already have 3 quarterbacks. One only has 1 tight end. Round square would only be smart to get another one. And yeah, he pairs Travis Kelce and Dalton Schultz. It honestly is the best case scenario for him. If he doesn't get him, we'll of course take Dalton Schultz. If not, Cole Kmet, kind of the next tight end available there. Jalen Polk, another rookie that I'm excited about that is getting work with the ones. 3 catches in preseason opener. 3 for 14. It's 4.4 points. Oh, Ty Chandler. He bypasses the tight end position. All right, so we honestly have our pick then for which tight end we want. And it's either Dalton Schultz, who is getting the catches lone target, or is it Cole Kmet? You know what? I'm going to do a shakeup here, guys. I'm actually going to go with Cole Kmet here just because I believe So, Dalton Schultz is going to have his role, but Dalton Schultz is also fighting with 3 other wide receivers, essentially 4 targets. And those 3 wide receivers are really great. Nico Collins, awesome. Tank Dell, awesome. Stephon Diggs, awesome. The fact that you also have a running back everyone's excited about, Joe Mixon, who's going to be a bell cow, supposedly they say. I mean, Dalton Schultz, yeah, he's there. He will be that veteran, but did not catch his lone target. How many targets is he going to get a game? That is the question mark for me there. That's honestly the only reason I chose a tight end here of Cole Kmet. Will that connection with Caleb Williams essentially be better than the one Schultz has with Stroud? And I think so. I think Kmet could be that safety net. Definitely someone now, as I'm just looking at the preseason games and, of course, everything coming out, that Cole Kmet is later on sneaky to be that play for me. We essentially have a full squad right now. We're 11 picks away. We're down. Heck, guys, we still have quite a few picks to go. We're only going to be, or finishing up the 13th round, about to start the 14th. And then, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 7 more picks. We get an opportunity to get 7 more guys on this squad. Jahan Dotson. Yep. You got. Oh wow, you got Jane Daniels and Dak Prescott. That's not a bad. That's. I'll take that. Let me tell you, if you have a later pick in a super flex draft, those two guys right there, that's a good start. And then whenever you come back around, where do you go? He went Saquon and then Amari. Oh, there had to be another wide receiver there. He went Saquon and Deshaun. Okay, so he took his third quarterback, which I guess was smart purely on the fact that, I mean, yeah, Baker, Levis, everyone pretty much goes. And I mean, I would, if I was him, I probably would have went a wide receiver there, hoping Derek Carr would have fell to me, but Derek Carr went a couple picks before, so necessarily wouldn't be a guarantee that would he be there. But yeah, that's a decent start. What were the other wide receivers that's available? So Saquon. Okay, yeah, that would have been tough. But you at least have your wide receiver and running back champion. We are 3 picks away. Just queuing up some guys I like, which aren't going to be a lot. Xavier Legette is an exciting rookie that I like. I'm looking here on who could provide possibly the best value. And it's either Legette or just going after and taking Jacoby Brissett or someone who's just going to be, that filler. No, I'm going to go with my wide receivers. I actually need to fill out these guys. So I'm going to take a receiver I like in Legette. Michael Wilson. Shot Bateman. Jalen McMillan. What did Malachi Corley do? 4 catches. Go ahead and just queue up Corley. Really just looking for guys who could provide any upside. There's Dawson Knox, who will essentially more than likely be a last pick unless a wide receiver run goes. Hey, it's our pick again. Looking here, Legette, Braylon Allen, Rashad Bateman, Jed McMillan. Honestly, this is probably going to be Tyler Boyd. This is tough here, guys. I'll get Rashad Bateman. Coaches were hyping that he was going to bounce back. Ricky Pearsall is another interesting rookie to possibly queue up and take. He does have quite a few injuries that have already happened already. So to me, that's the hesitation for Pearsall. We obviously know Brandon Ayuk will eventually get traded or move. So, yeah, I don't like him. I don't like him right now. Which means he'll probably be great. No new Tyler Boyd news. Quentin Johnson. Team expecting year 2 breakout 3 months ago. How is that aged? Jalen McMillan, another exciting rookie. Of course, he is the wide receiver 3 with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin being there. We're 13 picks away, so obviously we do have some time. 11 picks away. People are just going to start choosing their guys. But we still have 5 picks. I'll take a shot on Penix just in case something happens to the Achilles of Kirk Cousins. Trubisky is the Buffalo backup. Wow. Oh, Hendon Hooker. Had the concussion, right? Nate Sudfeld. Yeah, really, if we really wanted to take another quarterback, the only one that could probably provide some upside value is Michael Penix Jr. We already have a backup. Braylon Allen goes there. Jalen McMillan before that. 2 guys we had queued up. Vidal is interesting. Also one of the only running backs, or top running back left. Madison just for... There we go. Okay, so yeah. I need 2 running backs left. Don't really have to spend on Kamani because the 2 that I guess we could go ahead and tackle there are Madison and Deneric Price. We have those 2 starters. Those would be the smartest choice to take in this best ball format. We're 1 pick away, though. Looking here, Tyler Boyd. Adam Thielen is there, could provide some value. There is Malachi Corley, who we do have queued up. He is kind of the pick. There we go. Man, that was close. I literally almost put Thea in there and then put him back. But going with Corley on the upside there, knowing, obviously Garrett Wilson is the alpha, is the one. Possibly Corley could come in and take a leap and be a part of that offense as well. Adam Thielen was really the only other one in consideration, just the fact that he was a veteran, does have, did have at least some success. This is where we either go Adam Thielen or Michael Penix Jr. We already have our 6 wide receivers. We still 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wow. Okay. Taking the upside of Michael Penix Jr., and we are hoping and waiting that Dawson Knox will fall to us. Right now, we do have, or there are only 3 picks left. That was Michael Penix was our 17th round pick. and purely for the upside should anything happen to Kirk Cousins. Obviously, we have one more quarterback than we would have loved to have. Two, essentially. We'd love to be able to have, 3 starters, possibly. But we could have left it there with a Josh Allen, Jared Goff, Gardner Minshew. Obviously, there is concern there, which is why we did go Aiden O'Connell just to shore up one of those quarterback spots. There's really no one else that can give us value here other than our backups and other than spending up on our backups who, if other people really want to, really, Dawson Knox is the next one in name value. After that, Alexander Madison, and then Deneric Prince. I hope I haven't been saying Price. I probably have been, but Deneric Prince. So really, in this order is what we are hoping falls to us. Prince is 232. We would be 239 or 238. Oh, that's tough. They're projecting Prince around here, and we're, of course, here. Roman Wilson. I was like, Russell Wilson. I was like, how's he still there? Marvin Mims. Could take a jump. All right. So, yeah, obviously we went a little heavier on the running backs up front to shore up Jahmyr Gibbs and Isaiah Pacheco, but some of these guys here, if I had to take at least 3, I'll take those 3. One veteran of the game, one exciting star rising now, and of course Keon Coleman, who exciting young rookie who is going to be great, and the fact that we got his quarterback on our team, I'll happily take it. Xavier Legette, I think, will be good in his career. Rashad Bateman could possibly bounce back, take the jump. Malachi Corley will hopefully provide some nice splash plays along the season. Luckily, we don't have to sit or place who is going to start throughout the year. So you're purely just getting guys who could give you some exciting splash weeks. Like Dawson Knox, guess what? He's all the way down here, but he'll get you possibly 1 touchdown a week, maybe 2 on a great day in game. You just have to look at who provides some of that value. Jordan Mason, who right now everyone is saying with the 2 running backs banged up, he could be the guy to sneak in, especially over Elijah Mitchell. Theo Johnson, exciting rookie, probably for this year in that tight end position. Well, Prince still, I guess, fighting. 1 pick away. Colby Parkinson. Kobe. We'll go ahead. We'll take Dawson Knox. We just shored up the Buffalo Bills tight end position, which in this offense is someone you want. 4 picks away from our next pick. And then honestly, we're down to our 2. So here, the 2 that I am personally looking at are running backs and running backs that are in our same backfield. There are only two I can lock up. Right now it's Las Vegas and Kansas City, which honestly, Kansas City, um, yeah, of course, Generic Prince is there, but Clyde Edwards-Helaire as well, which I believe someone already took. So now it's just someone hopefully sees his name and sees running back 3 instead of running back 2. You know, Kendre Miller's still there. Like I said, Jordan Mason, Dylan Labe. Rookie sixth rounder. Oh wow, Prince actually goes before us. That I don't know why. Interesting. I'll take Madison. Which of course means that it leaves us with one more guy to get. More than likely not going to get these guys, but with us being 18 picks away. But still, it's fun to queue up. It's fun to hope. Oh, Treylon Burks. Purely just scrolling down here, seeing if there's anyone with some possible value. I mean, running back wise, Kenneth Gainwell. Someone I saw, I think, took already Will Shipley, but I believe Kenneth Gainwell is still the RB2 there. I also just want to note I felt really gross when I starred Mitchell Trubisky right there. It was just a gross feeling. Just in your draft, just go star him and tell me how you feel. It's gross, right? There is no one down here, guys. Like, hey, Matt Collins. But he misses practice with a leg injury. I believe Marquez Valdez-Scantling already got cut. So Matt Collins is the only reason I wanted to look at his write-up. Hey, look, someone is still drafting Dez Bryant. Who's doing that? Yeah, guys, we are getting there. Star of opening drive. Wow, guys. I mean, I was literally torn on who to take there for a fifth running or for a sixth running back. I didn't think anyone would be there. Jordan Mason is, and right now he's kind of the default RB guy in San Fran. So we're gonna take Jordan Mason here. We miss out on Deneric Prince for that backup role, but we'll take this backfield. We got four stout guys who I believe in. We'll recap this, and guys, just lucky enough. What we were the third pick, and Josh Allen fell to us. Absolutely. Last Friday's draft, I think we were slated projected higher over 3,000. But guys, we'll go ahead and look at this draft or look at this team on how we drafted. So when was able to land Josh Allen, I completely thought Jalen Hurts would possibly be there. Got lucky with Josh Allen. As we came back, was really hoping for either Amon-Ra St. Brown or A.J. Brown. And both of those guys ended up going. There wasn't really anyone else we loved, especially on the quarterback side as well, with Jaden Daniels and Dak Prescott both going actually at the 1-2 turn uh, at the end of the draft. So ended up going Jared Goff, who I believe has a safe schedule. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown, so you gotta love the guy who will be throwing it to him as well. On the turn came back is where we were able to get our first champion, with this only being two wide receivers to start instead of three. Is the one reason we did go Jahmyr Gibbs here instead of one of the other top wide receivers, say like Marvin Harrison, heck, even Puka Nacua, who is dealing with that knee injury right now. So decided to go Jahmyr Gibbs. We had Jared Goff, decent stack with him having the PPR. On the turn back, was not thinking Isaiah Pacheco was going to be there. Was completely thinking he was going to be taken, especially with Kyren Williams and Derrick Henry going back to back. Pacheco was still there. Gladly took him as our RB2. He will be a workhorse, so says Andy Reid, his head coach. Came back in round 5, got our first champion in Devontae Adams. Mike Evans was also in consideration as well. Malik Neighbors was actually someone who I was going to start rising up on my draft board. But of course, he did get the ankle injury. They did say it's minor, but still decided to go with my gut and thinking Devontae Adams will still be Devontae Adams and ball out. So we got him on the turn back. Was hoping Mark Andrews would have been there. However, him, Trey McBride go right before us, which left Dalton Kincaid. Normally here probably would have went and like right after George Pickens and just snagged him. But with us having Josh Allen is the only reason we went Dalton Kincaid, just to get that stack. Lo and behold, George Pickens was still there. Was hoping either Calvin Ridley or George Pickens. Ended up with George Pickens, and we'll gladly take that. On our turn back, we took the guy who we wanted, and obviously that was Keon Coleman. And then, from on that way back, able to get Zamir White as well. So pretty happy. I feel these three guys here, especially in the middle of the draft, are three guys that I am targeting on my rosters pretty much everywhere. So I believe in them. I believe in their value and what they could do in fantasy this year. So that was pretty happy to get them. Got our third QB in Gardner Minshew, able to get Brian Robinson on the way back. We did miss out on Raheem Mostert, but there was no other quarterbacks really left available. And with us having Devontae Adams, we wanted to go ahead and get his quarterback. With Raheem Mostert going, Brian Robinson still there, able to grab him. On the turn back, was hoping Trey Benson would have fell to us. Did go 2 picks in front. That's okay. We already have 4 stout running backs, which means we just went in and got Aiden O'Connell to back up that QB position in Las Vegas. Cole Kmet's there. Had a choice between him or Don Schultz. Decided to go Kmet, just with him having that better rapport with Caleb Williams. I think he could be that safety blanket and provide some really good weeks this fantasy season. So was exciting to pick him over Schultz. That was just my thinking there. Schultz obviously has Nico, Stephon Diggs, and Tank Dell to battle against with targets. With Cole Kmet, obviously he has those 3 wide receivers as well, but with him having the rookie QB, I think he'll be that safety blanket. Came back and got some wide receivers we liked: Xavier Leggett, Rashad Bateman, Malachi Corley, who was hoping Jalen McMillan would have possibly been there, but perfectly fine with Corley. Does have some upside. Took some value purely with who was here left in the later rounds of round 17 through 20. Michael Penix was there purely in case anything happens to Kirk Cousins. He's going to be exciting. Dawson Knox to back up Dalton Kincaid, but also finish that stack with Josh Allen. Alexander Madison to close out one of our running back position depth pieces, and Jordan Mason, who pure value was still there, and right now he's the healthiest back in a San Francisco offense that will be running the ball. So really appreciate you guys following along in this draft. Obviously love to hear your thoughts or comments, or just to kind of see like where you would have pivoted and shifted. But luckily was able to get into this third Pomeranian Superflex. Hoping to be able to get in some more, especially with some of those more affordable ones popping up just this weekend. So appreciate it, guys. Thanks again for watching along, and we'll see you again next time. Bye.